Welcome back to the Rocket Coaches Corner. I'm Hayden Swope, and I'm pleased to be joined by cross-country coach Brandon Barker. How are you doing today, Coach?
Good, Hayden. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
So the girls' team just made a great run at state. What were your expectations going into state, and did we meet them?
We were trying to get top 3. That's kind of what our focus was on, and we were short, evidently, but we did place better than we've ever done before at the state meet. So when you get a chance to go to state multiple times, you kind of get that expectation a little bit higher and higher and higher. Last year, when you compare it to last year was a disaster. This year was good to look at that and say we did so much better. We wanted 2 girls to get in the top 20. We talked about that. We did do that. We got 2 girls, I said, that we needed to get in the 20s, and that didn't happen. So and then our 5th girl ended up being Emerson, and she almost got a PR. So when you put all those things together, when you think about expectations, we didn't meet them, but we did in terms of how we finished. Winfield got 3rd place, and we were kind of battling it out with them throughout the whole season. They just got us at the end. Then Clay Center got 4th. We got 5th. The beauty about being 5th is that we beat Buhler. And they beat us at regional championship time, and we got runner-up to them. So to beat them at the state meet was, pretty good as well. So in terms of expectations, we didn't meet them because we were kind of hoping to get, top 3, bring home a plaque. But we got expectations met on some other ends too.
Talk a little bit about Kirsten Lucent and her career over her 4 years. She's had an impressive 3 top 25 appearances at state.
Yes. As a freshman, she wasn't going to go out. And so within a week of the season, I talked to her a little bit, and she said, sure, I'll go out. And and then you would look back upon it, she's been a kind of a consistent force for our program. She came on really strong as a freshman, didn't have a really good junior season this year. She didn't start very strong, but she ended up starting to be what she could have been before. And so you could always count on her to be in those top places, and then you can also then, as a coach, look at where the other girls fit in that role. So she's been a constant good thing for us, and it's going to be hard kind of replace that a little bit. And Elliot's been too. Elliot has been there also. She's a 4-year runner for us as well. But Kirsten's going to, I think, sign with Friends here pretty soon. So that'll be a good continuation of her running career, and I hope she does well.
Kimber Lovell finished in the top 20 at state this year. Talk about her progress over her 2 years.
She's an awesome kid when you consider where she started from. She didn't run middle school at all, and I don't even think. And Sam had to kind of get her to run last year, and she did. And she's been awesome to lean on. Freshman year, her expectations, she didn't really know where she fit in. She didn't get to run the state meet last year because we just had some, faster girls in there. This year, I knew she was going to break out, and she broke out. And she, talk about where she ran last year from this year. She's been awesome. So you knew that she was going to want to place at the state meet this year. She kind of had a couple issues during the race. One of them was tripping and falling within probably, it was probably at the last quarter of the race. They kind of changed the course a little bit. It wasn't the same as what we saw in September, and I didn't know if it was just the construction of the course because they're kind of changing the layout of the course a little bit, and I didn't know that was part of it, but one of the course officials said they were supposed to go this way, so she kind of turned and hit some gravel, fell. So she could have placed probably a little better than 20th, but being a state medalist and a sophomore, that's not a bad deal at all. So I think she was kind of bummed out, but after when she's all the medal, it kind of made things a little bit better for her.
You'll lose a couple seniors after this year. How are your younger runners going to take off in the program in the future?
We've got, a couple good ones coming back. We have Alexa, Marshall, and then of course Kimber, and then Emerson. I mean, she should hopefully get stronger and run better. And then Lindy Nottingham should probably get better, and so Caitlin Maycock should get a little bit better too. So we have pieces. Thing is, we got to get kids out. Our sport, and I want to say this, but I always tell our kids that we're kind of always the black sheep of the fall sports. Because not a lot of kids want to go out there and run and perform and do those types of things. So we just got to get kids out. And kind of see, what we're like and how we operate and things like that. There's a reason why we're going to state for 3 years in a row. So we just it's going to be hard. It's going to kind of be a little bit of a rebuilding a little bit for next year. But I like that challenge. So we can always try to get some kids out, get some girls out, and see what we can do. So it'll be fun.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, Coach.
You're welcome.
Check back in a few weeks when winter sports begin and I meet with boys basketball coach Greg Welch. I'm Hayden Swope. Thanks for watching the Rocket Coaches Corner.